Sorry. Hello.
Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. It's the first time for me in Angola, so I apologize for it being in English, as I only learned yesterday my first word of Portuguese, which was obrigado. So thank you for inviting me, and I hope you enjoy the presentation. This morning, we've listened to presentations about exploration, about extraction, but I'm going to be talking about what you can do with the rough diamond once it comes out of the ground. How do you optimize the value? And I'm going to do that through the use of technology. Maybe just a very brief introduction to Sarine, because I'm sure that most of you from the mining industry don't know us too well. We're very well known in the midstream and downstream. So very brief introduction. We're a public company listed in Israel and Singapore, and we're basically a technology company for the diamond industry. I would say the leading the technology company in the diamond industry, with a very large install base globally. I'm not going to go over all the different. We're a global company. Our headquarters are in Israel, with operations globally in over 40 countries, including here in Angola. In the audience, we have a number of our clients that use some of our most advanced technologies already here in Angola. And our products span all the way from the producers, and I'll be talking about technology for the producers today, through the manufacturing segment, wholesalers, diamond grading labs, and retailers. So basically, our technology is used extensively throughout the diamond pipeline. And if there's one thing that I can ask from you today to remember from my presentation, it's not about what I'm going to be going through in terms of the different technologies, but just that technology today is a crucial part of any business, especially in the diamond industry. So understand what technology can do for you, understand the benefits. It's changing very rapidly, so keep up to date and make sure it's part of your long-term strategy. So that's the only thing I'd like to ask from you today. As I said, our technologies are spread along the diamond pipeline, many different processes along the different stages, from the rough diamond coming out of the ground all the way down to the consumer, of course, through diamond manufacturing and wholesale. Just to give you an idea of the scope of the use of technologies, our technologies today in the pipeline, approximately, or it's actually over 100 million diamonds pass through our different technologies every year, and that number continues to grow as technology continues to expand in the different segments of the pipeline. COVID today, I think, has proven that for those of you out there that still believe that technology was a nice to have, that technology is something, as I said, is a must-have. It needs to be part of the strategy. And I'm going to be focusing in the presentation on 3 areas that technology can be used in the producing countries. First of all is how to optimize the value of the rough diamond sold. There've been a lot of talks of how diamonds are sold through auctions, tenders, sites like De Beers and Arosa use, but the methodology of sales of rough diamonds are changing. There's a lot of talk today of how do you get the right diamonds to the right people, the right rough diamonds to the right manufacturer, and then to the right retailer. So the ability to get the right diamonds to the right buyer is definitely dependent today a lot on technology. The ability to reach out to a very wide range of buyers, whether it's physically or digitally, or a combination of both, and utilizing data and information about the rough diamond in order to assist in the sale of that rough diamond. COVID, of course, accelerated that process significantly due to the fact that people couldn't really travel that much. We're still in a similar situation, even though it's improving. But I don't believe that digital trading is necessarily going to go away after COVID. It's here to stay. And the ability to use that information about the rough diamond during the trading process of the rough is becoming more and more important. What does digital tenders do? Basically enables you to accurately understand the quality of the rough. So creating relevant assortments, understanding valuation of the rough diamonds, and then getting that diamond to the right client. Enables you to understand prior to the purchase or the sale of the diamond what the diamond is worth. Is it relevant to what you're looking for to buy, or is this the right buyer for those rough diamonds? Of course, it enables you to reach a much wider audience rather than just single or a number of limited players. And the more players that you can get the information to, in the end, you end up with a win-win situation of a person looking for the specific rough that needs that specific rough will be able to acquire it, reducing the risk for the buyer and increasing the value for the seller by optimizing the pricing. Naturally, this is an evolution. I'm not talking about a totally digital solution. It's a combination of both digital, whether it's physical inspection, but enabling to provide information to buyers before they come to tenders or before they come to rough sales, enabling for the right people to come to buy the right rough. This is already being implemented with several rough producers as well as rough tender houses globally. Some of the names are over here up on the presentation, but they're not the only players. And this is something that we can see expanding going forward. Very, very simply, basically, the methodology is creating data about the rough diamond. That data enables you to then understand the quality and the valuation of the rough diamond, enables the buyer to understand, is this the right rough? We create extensive information about the diamond, the inclusions, color, and other parameters, all on an industry accepted file format, which can be then planned by the different buyers globally. And then using that information, of course, you're able then to create, integrate that into tender systems or other rough sales methodologies. Next subject I just want to touch on is traceability. A number of people during this conference mentioned traceability. And basically, the ability to create full tracking of the diamond from the rough right down to the consumer is a growing trend. For those of you who may have listened or read to De Beers Insight report, I just want to give you two facts from that report. One, the majority of consumers today want to know where the diamond came from, want to know the process was manufactured, want to buy a sustainable diamond. That's the majority of today's consumers, especially the younger generations, the Generation Z and the millennials. And the second thing is, and that actually surprised me when I saw it, is that they are willing to pay more. The Generation Z are willing to pay up to 20% more for a rough diamond that comes from a sustainable source. So it's not just a consumer demand, it's a consumer demand that comes along with the ability to pay more for such a diamond. There are many different, I'm not going to go into the different benefits, but there are many different benefits of traceability, other than the fact that, as I mentioned, the consumer wants it. This traceability enables you to prevent swapping, whether that's within a mining facility, in a manufacturing facility. It enables you to basically connect between the sustainability story of where and how that diamond was manufactured, where it was mined, how it contributes to the communities, the environment, to the specific diamond, rather than just having a very generic overall story and then having certain diamonds having a more trustworthy story and others having not. Very briefly, I want to maybe show you just to illustrate how it works. A very, very brief movie, 1-minute movie, will give you an idea of how such traceability system works.
In its journey from mine to store, a diamond will undergo many changes and will pass through many hands. Sarine Diamond Journey traceability begins at the mine. All rough stones in a given package are scanned by the producer and a unique 3D model is generated. At the factory, each stone in the package is scanned by the manufacturer, who inputs the package ID and producer name into the system. Every time a stone is processed through a stage, the system validates its current status to assure it is the same stone, then registers the new stage automatically. When the polished plan is finalized, The system captures multiple properties of the rough part and the planned polish to enable matching to the final polished stone. Sarine Diamond Journey Traceability now accompanies the polished stone to Sarine's AI lab. This will verify the polished stone is derived from a specific rough. Traceability is completed with the generation of a customizable digital or printed report, supporting the retailer's brand and providing consumers with a record of their diamond's journey. Sarine Diamond Journey Traceability. Industry traceability reimagined.
Again, without going into too much details, as you can see in the movie, the ability to create a scalable traceability solution for the industry is due to the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, about 100 million diamonds pass through our different technologies that today are spread throughout the pipeline. Not all segments of the industry have all the technology that's available, but the delta is very small. The delta is very small, and we're working with the different players in the industry to fill in the missing gaps and enabling a scalable solution that doesn't create significant overhead on all the different players on the pipeline. We believe that's very important, because if there's too much overhead and such a system is not scalable, it's doomed to fail. So that's been a very important focus with regards to our system. And again, I'm not going into too much detail. I'm going to stop here due to time. I know it's late, so I'm going to do a quick so we can move on to Bernard's presentation and then to the debate. Thank you very much. Enjoy the web.
Okay, just a formality. Bernard, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Please. Thank you very much. Yes. So good evening, and thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very happy to participate at this great conference. So I will talk about laser cutting and laser shaping in a moment when we start the presentation. It's okay. It's there. So yeah, we have developed with our technology a new